Oh, good afternoon. Well, it's the first time I've decided to do some painting. Thing is, I used a large brush and one colour and painted my shed and my studio, so it's now looking a wonderful shade of burnt sienna, and that was done at 7 o'clock this morning, hence the colour. Lovely. So to continue my novel, which is No Naked Walls, all 3 books have been put into one. So you want to own an art gallery, where's your gallery now? And Now You're the Artist. And I'm now reading Now You're the Artist, and we're on Act 2, Scene 1, which is chapter 43. The sun is shining. Oh, wasn't it just? The bedroom will wait. I excavate some clothes, grab my bag and head out, hopefully trying to avoid the human race for a change. First things first, get a key cut for my visitor, and then off to paint. There's a lovely spot on the canal which is slightly sheltered. You might think you're in the country. It's blissfully quiet, no urban noise. There's a heron standing, most statuesque, by the bank. Perfectly still, he stands observing his surroundings. He's an amazing creature, a throwback from a past age. I follow his example, watching the gentle ripples and shadows in search of the best idea to blossom. The bird will find its fish, and I shall find my place. Sorry. 3 hours later, we're both successful. Well, the bird caught a perch after about 5 minutes, and I happened to take a little while longer, but I'm satisfied and haven't spoken to a soul. This was all written before lockdown. I arrive home around 5:15, relaxed, physically and artistically. At precisely 5:30 p.m, the doorbell rings and I open the front door to find Lucy beaming on the doorstep. Someone's looking happy. Welcome to Chilled Mansions. I've not looked forward to leaving work in ages, she says, and it's thanks to you. Are you going to show me what you've done today then? I pull out my pad and open it to the current watercolour. Voila! Good grief, you can actually paint. I love your style. There's a note of near disbelief in Lucy's voice. Well, thanks. I'll keep on going then, shall I? No, I mean, I didn't expect you to be any good. I thought you just sold the art. Well, you're not the first to say that. Changing topics quickly, would you like to hand clear up your mess upstairs, she says. I think I'll manage. Tomorrow's another day. Come on, 2 pairs of hands and all that. It'll take minutes then and then save you more time. Besides, I'm sure you don't really want to sleep in that mess. I couldn't. Yes, miss. By the way, who owns this establishment? And 40 minutes later, my room is like a freshly made hotel suite. Blimey, never looked so tidy since I moved in. My pleasure. It's the least I could do, said Lucy. And if you don't mind me saying, though, I couldn't help notice that there's some clothes you should get rid of or at least take to a charity shop. Ooh, arrow in my heart. I didn't add dress guru to the lodger status, did I? Lucy smiles and raises an eyebrow. Well, you got to look the part too, you know. If the old you has had its day, then the clothes got to go. We could go shopping next week. Suddenly I feel my generosity is being challenged and a young wee snapper is digging in. No, we will not go shopping next week. Lucy falters and freezes, until I add, we can go tomorrow. Thursday's late night opening. She walks over and throws her arms tightly round me. You're brilliant, you are. Act 2, Scene 2, 44. I look out my bedroom window. The sun is low in the sky with the light casting super long shadows. She's put the kettle on because I hear the whistle screaming out, breaking into my more creative thoughts. Tea or coffee? Where's the cups? She shouts up the stairs. Middle cupboard, I reply. Strong, black. She clinks and rattles the entire house, and then presents herself in my best white shirt with the cuffs rolled up halfway to the elbows. The shirt has one button done up across her stomach, leaving her breasts exposed magnificently to the shaft of sunlight glaring through the window. Don't move, I say. I command grabbing my sketch pad and Conte crayon from the floor. Always be prepared. Always sketch every day and always have something or someone to draw. Unfortunately, someone is not always an option. She doesn't listen to me and places the cups down on the bedside table by shifting the contents off with a swift flick of her foot. She's rather supple and bounces onto the bed. Draw me or have me now, your choice. Well, when faced with such a demand, I believe it's always safer to follow the instructions and do whatever the woman wants. It's 20 minutes before I can pick up my pad and sketch her lying prostrate on the bed. Her long hair lying pleasantly bedraggled over the pillow. She's fast asleep. My place has a sense of quiet again. Chapter 45, Act 2, Scene 3. I'm attending an art class around the corner from where I live. So it'll be a gentle walk, and if there's wine on offer, then a gentle swagger back. It's being organised by Beryl, and she's using her classes to supplement the upkeep of a massive 4-storey house. Her husband, a judge, walked out on her about 6 months ago, leaving a rather fit-looking woman to replace her with his 23-year-old younger, even fitter new model, previously his personal assistant. An apt title that is, I'm sure. Beryl is a woman who oozes sensuality without trying. Her clothes are always immaculate, and I've never seen her without smart high heels to complement her long legs. Darling, worry not. She calls everybody this. Men, women, even the milkman. So good of you to come round, and without taking a breath, that'll be £8, please. The room being used as a studio is freezing cold. There's no heating on, and goosebumps are gathering everywhere, and not just on me. The room has 7 ladies standing around a large table chatting away, sipping elderflower pressé. It's like a Chanel versus Jaeger competition, every one of them more suitably dressed for a lunch date than for an art class. I feel I should have worn a cravat, but I don't possess one, so jeans and a t-shirt shall have to do. Beryl introduces me to each of the women in turn. He used to run the gallery in town, and now he's become an artist. I certainly don't like that expression. The connotations could be readily misconstrued. I've come out as an artist. Maybe I should have worn a more blatantly heterosexual t-shirt. One always feels safe with your type, Sybil says, reassuring me with a pat on the arm. See? Told you so. Seeing as I'm the only man in the room and my arty hen party now assume I'm gay, it's apparently safe to proceed with the class. What do they all think I would do? Beryl puts on an old cassette player and Ravel's Bolero starts to play. We shall paint to music. Feel free to express whatever comes to mind. Really? Whatever comes to mind? Surely not. I mean, this is the music for Torval and Dean's stunning climatic ice dance routine. And the climax, exactly that. It's an orgasm to music. Let's go for it. Lots of paint splashing everywhere with bold, bright colours swirling off the paper. None of your 30-second quickie, I'll have you know. One of the other artists blushes looking at my new musical masterpiece. It's very expressive. I painted an orange. Nice, I reply. Thank you. An orange. Poor husband. I'm quite enjoying this sense of freedom, although I prefer to be outdoors in good weather, taking in the elements along with the atmosphere en plein air, as the saying goes, akin to eating al fresco. Everything is good outside. Shirley decides to sit beside me. I've a great idea. Why can't we do a life drawing exercise as part 2 of this class? You'd make a wonderful model. Her voice is just loud enough for everyone to hear. Beryl claps her hands. We'll refund you your class fee. You don't mind, surely? And seeing as the place is freezing, I don't believe anything might appear. I mean, I'm going to be naked with 8 well-dressed women. Dream on, make that 7. The one who painted an orange might take all night. Beryl hands me an old-fashioned maroon smoker's jacket. You're such a sport. Won't this be fun? You can change through that door. We won't look. She giggles like a schoolgirl. I walk through the door. It's even colder in this cupboard-sized locker room, and I can hear all the ladies laughing now. Surely they've seen a naked man before. Maybe they just can't remember when it was. Anyway, here goes. I stroll into their studio, and I sit in the middle of the group on a cold metal stool. Well, that should completely stop anything untoward happening. Here goes, I say to myself. I must be bonkers. Although I'm not in bad shape, to be frank. A bit of toning up here and there and maybe a full wax. Ouch. No, that's not for me. That's going too far. I drop the jacket to the floor and pose. Mabel nods her head while sharpening a crayon and lets the bits fall to the floor. I hope you'll stand for us later. I sincerely hope not, I smile. A titter reverberates around the room. I remain perfectly still, and my body is stiff from the cold. Never mind blue in the face, I'm blue from head to toe and everywhere in between. Furthermore, I've never heard a room full of women so quiet before. Sorry. Hypothermia, an interesting topic, but not something I was considering studying in depth. Now I feel I'm gaining a master's in the subject. Suddenly, and without warning, my teeth chatter and an involuntary shake envelops me. Oh, hang on, love, I've nearly finished, says one of the women. I'm totally finished, I chatter. I'm frozen. Oh dear, says Beryl, I'll put the heater on. She could have done that in the first place. She leaves to return with a vintage 2-bar electric fire circa vintage. You can see the red and black wires hanging loosely from the plug. Is that thing safe, I inquire. Oh, don't worry, it's never let us down since we moved here in 1964. Cost a small fortune, this heater. Top of the range as well. She plugs it in and it splutters to life, humming as the 2 electric-coiled elements are called into action. It does have the desired effect. Heat, dry, electric, dusty-smelling, single-tasting heat. But she is right. It works. So I do as I'm told, and this time in glorious vintage heat surround, stand with my right hand on the stool and my left leg crossed over my right, a relaxed violin stance without the fiddle. Watch it now. Surprise, surprise. I'm invited back to the class another time. I get dressed and check what the budding artists have painted. Well, one thing is for sure. I've never seen myself look like this collection on paper. Even my mirror is more complimentary, and that's saying something. I've tried to capture your inner strength. I nod and move on. You're very good, you know. Lovely arms. Thank you. I've heard that before. I smile. Well, what did happen to Miss Top and Hat Tails? Oh, yes, she left me. Let's all have a drink to celebrate. Beryl is beside herself and beaming. You must let us sketch you again. I won't charge you. I don't think I'll make a living being a life model, at least not at Beryl's rates. Thank you. Maybe when the summer arrives. Will you open the bottle, please? It's a Chardonnay, Australian. I give her my loveliest smile. I break the seal and unscrew the lid. Aldi, $4.99. You've got to be joking. I pour the harsh yellow liquid into plastic cups. Some habits I just can't give up. And drinking cheap wine is a no-go, ever. You're not joining us for one? Beryl takes the bottle and fills her beaker to the top. I don't drink white wine. Would you like a drop of whiskey? I think there's some in the lounge downstairs on the right of the hallway. Pop down and have a rummage. Maybe next time, I reply. So it won't be a stagger home after all. Ladies, there's only one slight disadvantage to this life class. I was unable to draw. Who's volunteering next time? There was total silence in the room. Young man, I would never show myself undressed. I don't believe my husband's seen me unclothed since our wedding night. Shirley moves in right beside me. I'll undress for you if you fancy coming round to mine sometimes, but not here. Art can be a very precarious pastime, and it's all in the name of research. Sometimes you just have to make sacrifices. Act 2, Scene 4, 46. Lucy's looking a little subdued. Can I get you a drink, a whiskey? What's up, me dear? You sound like you're having the problem of the world on your shoulders. Spill 'em. Well, she's picking her words deliberately and slowly. I've been having some serious thinking. Yes, and it's just that I've really enjoyed your company and all, and I don't know how to put this kindly. Spill it. I'm not in the mood to play guessing games. I'm trying to. Wait a tick. I'm waiting. I think it's time to move out, she says. Oh, is that it? Phew. I thought it was something serious. Well, it is to me. I don't want to fall for you. I mean, you're 100 when I won't even be 70, and I don't fancy pushing you around then in your wheelchair or worse. Well, that settles it then. I'm not into 70-year-olds either. When are you leaving? I'm going to stay with my dad in Spain. I decided to get in touch with him and he asked me to visit, so I've bought a plane ticket and I've not flown before in my life. Would you like a lift to the airport to make sure you get to it? When are you going? Next Tuesday, says Lucy. I handed my notice in at work today. I'm sure they'll miss you. As long as you're doing what's good for you, then I'm delighted, although I dare say I might miss you a bit. She throws a cushion at me. It's from East Midlands Airport, if that's okay. Sure thing, as long as it's not some horrendous early start. There's a silence, and the little girl looks at me with mock innocence. She tilts her head ever so slightly and shrugs her shoulders. 6 in the morning, okay? Oh, glorious. Best time to catch the light. Are you sure you want to go? I've nothing to lose. And besides, I think I need an adventure. I want to find out more about myself. Good for you. Lucy potters around the lounge, pours 2 whiskies and hands me one. Thank you for everything, for being there and saving me. I've something special for you later on. I love surprises. I'm certain you'll like this one. She clinks glasses, then humming something or other, I've no idea what, and leaves the room. The book's available on Amazon. Thank you very much.